In the heart of Mesopotamia, between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, rose a legendary city, Babylon. Founded around 2300 BCE, this city would become the capital of an empire that shaped human history for millennia. Babylon reached its first golden age under King Hammurabi in the 18th century BCE. He became famous for the Code of Hammurabi, one of the earliest sets of written laws in the world. Under his leadership, Babylon became a hub of politics, trade, and culture. Imagine a bustling metropolis, its streets lined with mud brick buildings and towering ziggurats reaching towards the heavens. The air filled with the scent of spices and incense, as merchants from distant lands haggled in the marketplace. This was Babylon at its peak, a melting pot of ideas and innovation. Hammurabi's code wasn't just a list of rules, it was a revolution in governance. Carved into a massive stone stele, it proclaimed that even kings were subject to the law. This concept of justice for all, regardless of social status, would echo through the ages, influencing legal systems for generations to come. But Babylon's influence extended far beyond its laws. The city became a beacon of knowledge, attracting scholars and artisans from across the known world. In its libraries and temples, priests and astronomers gazed at the night sky, mapping the movements of celestial bodies with astonishing accuracy. Their observations would lay the groundwork for modern astronomy and mathematics. Centuries later, under Nebuchadnezzar II, Babylon shined again. He built the legendary Hanging Gardens of Babylon, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, and the magnificent Ishtar Gate, showcasing Babylon's beauty and power. Picture cascading terraces of lush greenery, defying gravity as they climbed towards the sky. The Hanging Gardens were an engineering marvel, a testament to Babylonian ingenuity and the lengths to which a king would go to please his homesick wife. Water pumped from the Euphrates nourished exotic plants from across the empire, creating a paradise in the desert. And then there was the Ishtar Gate, a breathtaking entrance to the city that left visitors awestruck. Its vibrant blue-glazed bricks, adorned with images of lions, bulls, and dragons, proclaimed Babylon's might to all who passed through. Each brick, each tile, was a masterpiece of craftsmanship, showcasing the skill of Babylonian artisans. Nebuchadnezzar II's reign marked the zenith of Babylonian power and prestige. The city's walls, said to be so wide that chariots could race along the top, seemed to promise eternal dominance. Babylon was not just a city, it was the center of the world, a place where mortals walked among gods and kings ruled by divine right. But as the saying goes, pride comes before a fall. And Babylon's fall would be as dramatic as its rise. But all empires eventually fall. After Nebuchadnezzar's death, Babylon faced instability, weak leadership, and foreign threats. In 539 BCE, Cyrus the Great of Persia conquered the city, and the great empire crumbled. The decline was gradual at first. Weak kings followed Nebuchadnezzar, unable to maintain the empire's vast territories or inspire loyalty among its diverse peoples. Internal strife and corruption began to eat away at the foundations of Babylonian power. Meanwhile, beyond the empire's borders, new powers were rising. The Persians, led by Cyrus the Great, had united the tribes of Iran and were expanding rapidly. Babylon, once the conqueror, now found itself in the crosshairs of a new empire on the march. On that fateful night in 539 BCE, the seemingly impregnable walls of Babylon proved no match for Persian ingenuity. According to legend, Cyrus diverted the Euphrates River, allowing his army to march into the city along the riverbed. The Babylonians, caught off guard during a festival, barely put up a fight. Imagine the shock and despair as Persian soldiers poured into the streets, their unfamiliar language filling the air where once Akkadian hymns had echoed. The great ziggurats, the palaces, the hanging gardens, all now lay at the mercy of foreign conquerors. In a twist of historical irony, Cyrus presented himself not as a conqueror, but as a liberator. He respected Babylonian customs and gods, even proclaiming himself the rightful king of Babylon. But the writing was on the wall, quite literally, as the famous handwriting on the wall story from the Bible is set during this very night. The fall of Babylon marked the end of an era. The great city that had dominated Mesopotamia for centuries was now just another provincial capital in the vast Persian Empire. Its gods were humbled, its kings deposed, and its people absorbed into a new political order. But even as Babylon's political power waned, Its cultural influence persisted. The Persians, and later the Greeks under Alexander the Great, recognized the city's importance as a center of learning and tradition. For centuries after its fall, Babylon remained a repository of ancient wisdom, its priests and scholars maintaining the old ways even as the world around them changed. Yet time, that relentless enemy of all great works, continued its march. Gradually, the once mighty city fell into disrepair. The Hanging Gardens, if they ever truly existed, crumbled away. The blue tiles of the Ishtar Gate faded and fell. The ziggurats, those massive temples that had once housed the gods themselves, slowly eroded back into the earth from which they had been raised. By the time of the Roman Empire, Babylon was little more than a shadow of its former self. Travelers spoke of it as a place of ruins and ghosts, where jackals howled in abandoned palaces and desert winds whispered through empty streets. But though the walls have fallen, the legacy of Babylon still echoes through time. Their advancements in law, architecture, astronomy, and governance shaped the modern world. Babylon may be gone, but its spirit endures. In our modern legal systems, we can see echoes of Hammurabi's code. The concept of written laws, applied equally to all, forms the bedrock of justice in societies around the globe. When we gaze at the night sky and marvel at the movements of planets and stars, we're building on the work of those ancient Babylonian astronomers who first mapped the heavens. The word Babylon itself has become synonymous with grandeur, decadence, and the rise and fall of great powers. It serves as a cautionary tale, reminding us that even the mightiest empires are not immune to the ravages of time and the consequences of their own hubris. Yet Babylon is more than just a warning from history. It's a testament to human ingenuity, creativity, and the enduring power of culture. The Babylonians gave us some of our earliest stories. The Epic of Gilgamesh, with its themes of friendship, mortality, and the quest for meaning, continues to resonate with readers thousands of years after it was first inscribed on clay tablets. In mathematics, we still use the sexagesimal system, based on the number 60 that the Babylonians developed. Every time we divide an hour into 60 minutes or a circle into 360 degrees, we're carrying on a Babylonian tradition. Even in the realm of myth and legend, Babylon looms large. The Tower of Babel, the Hanging Gardens, the writing on the wall. These stories have become part of our collective imagination, inspiring artists, writers, and dreamers for generations. Today, archaeologists continue to uncover new secrets from the sands of Iraq, piecing together the story of Babylon bit by bit. Each fragment of pottery, each cuneiform tablet, each crumbling wall adds to our understanding of this remarkable civilization. And as we face our own challenges, climate change, political upheaval, technological revolutions, we can look to Babylon for both inspiration and caution. We can marvel at what humans are capable of building, while remembering that all works, no matter how grand, are ultimately subject to the winds of change. In the end, the story of Babylon is our story, a tale of ambition and achievement, of hubris and humility, of the eternal human drive to reach for the stars while remaining rooted in the earth. As we continue to build our own cities and empires, let us remember the lessons of Babylon and strive to create a legacy that will endure long after our own walls have crumbled to dust.